good. Beat over. I'm gonna need a refill.
I think we out of alcohol, child.
Oh man, not none of that Saint Germain.
That's Saint Germain. We got about a couple more shots of that left.
Saint Germain. Have y'all tried it? Oh my goodness, it's the shiznai.
Saint Germain.
What up, jive music?
Who that is?
We are telling your followers that you started a live video. The Truth 1226. What's happening?
The Truth is on. Welcome to our Instagram live channel.
Yes.
We're getting ready to get Love and War Radio, Love and War Talk. We're getting ready to get it popping. Discussion. We're talking domestic abuse, signs of an abuser. When should you leave? We got an email, y'all.
And we got a special guest coming up.
So we got to talk about it. We waiting on Mr. E. But you and me,
Ebony,
hey.
Mr. E, and D like E.
No, that's not going to work.
That's not going to work.
Virgin
Human hair.
Let me get some of that for this
Okay.
hair. Child,
I'm telling you, for a second I thought it was spam. You know,
Okay.
what's happening?
Yeah. Can y'all hear us okay, y'all?
Need some of that. Can y'all hear us?
Yeah,
First
because
of all,
somebody said hello, lady, so maybe they did.
can they hear us? Can you hear us now?
Well, we're waiting for our co-host from Dallas. We're live in Los Angeles. There go Mr. E. Diddy right there.
Yes.
Yes.
Get
Mr.
ready.
E. Diddy.
Get ready.
What's up, everyone? Turn it up.
Yes. Where are you at, Virgin Human Hair? Where are you based out of?
Let us talk about some of them bundles.
Right.
We're going to talk about some of them bundles.
Bundles. Hey, I wanted to talk about that on the show too one of these days. What do guys feel about weaves, wigs, and lashes? I need to know.
Oh, yeah. We trying to get... We trying to get some bundles right here from Virgin Human Hair.
Sure.
Right on.
What's happening? What's happening?
China. You out there in China.
In
You got that
China?
China hair now. You know, I didn't order some stuff before from China. Oh, no. It better
The
be that
wigs
new
even come in too small too sometimes. You know how you order
All right.
everything from China, everything be small, but the wigs come small too.
Lord, we gonna pray. All right. Everybody, welcome to the show tonight. I am your girl, Delight.
Hey, I'm Ebony Mosey.
And this is your boy, Mr. E.
With a special guest.
With a special
With
guest.
a special guest. But
What your name is? What your name
Hi,
is?
y'all. I'm Chrissy V. Chris Versatile, representing that Triple D.
Triple D.
Triple
Yeah,
D.
D.
And if
Welcome, y'all. Go
I
ahead.
can, if I can introduce my guest, because she didn't introduce herself right. But this is Chrissy V, the Triple D representative. She's a personality out here. She's an artist.
Mm-hmm.
She did the Triple D. Was it what was it?
Yeah, the Triple D Queens.
The Triple D Queens.
In Texas with
Yeah.
Leroy.
Featured in a lot of videos, and she's an upcoming producer.
Hustling.
So yeah.
Hustling, doing the
Keyword,
another Jill of all
upcoming
trades.
producer.
Upcoming
Okay.
producer, I can feel it.
I
Let
can
me
feel
find
it.
out Mr. E over there giving lessons and how to produce and doing tracks and all that stuff.
She was doing
Right.
good too. She was jamming.
She was jamming. And
Man.
then I heard Ricochet, Triple D, Rico, Triple D Rico. You know what I
Rico.
mean? He told me y'all was producing, and you had him producing some tracks last week too.
Yeah. Rico was doing some tracks. So, everybody doing their thing, man. I'm
That's
old.
what's
I need
up.
to retire.
Okay.
So you training other producers. That's great. I got my nephew on the line, Malik too. Malik Reeves.
He a
Y'all gotta
artist.
follow him. He's an artist. He sent me some stuff this weekend.
Pretty
And
unique.
it was off the chain. So shout out to
Definitely.
everybody listening. Let's go ahead and get this discussion popping, because y'all know this is Love and War Radio, and right now you are tuned into Love and War Talk. All right. So we got an email, Mr. E.
Okay.
And Ebony, why don't you go ahead and let people know how they can email us if they got a story,
okay.
if they need advice, they just got a topic for us they want to share.
Okay, make sure y'all email us at loveandwartalk@gmail.com. And while you're at it, follow the Love and War Talk IG page too, and the YouTube page. Love and War Talk. Just Google it.
Google it. Just go to YouTube and put Love and War Radio. You gonna find us. All right.
For sure.
All right. Now check it out. Got an email at loveandwartalk@gmail.com. A 24-year-old girl wrote us, or woman. She needed some advice. She said, we just finished with the Halloween holiday that just went by. I don't do Halloween, though. I do Hallelujah. But she said she wore a sexy costume for a Halloween party, and her boyfriend got upset, and he demanded that she take it off and put on another costume. And she said, it got physical. She said he grabbed her, he pushed her up against the wall, and he started yelling and threatening her all up in her face. She claims that, she basically just, cursed at him and raised his voice, but she didn't expect him to react that way. So she's asking us, should she leave him? And, I guess, when is it, time to leave? Because I guess he proposed to her. They were supposed to be getting married. And she wants to talk about it tonight.
She's a little shooken.
Yeah, she's very shook, and she wants us to, talk about it. She said he apologized and said he'd never do it again, but she's afraid that he will. And, she's just asking us, what should she do? So let's get the discussion popping tonight. Let's discuss the signs of an abuser.
Yeah.
Now, real quick, we do have a special guest, and, Christy, you said that this subject matter, we asked you to go ahead and stay on the show. We asked you to stay on the show.
You yourself were in a situation with someone who abused you was it a previous relationship you said, or you're not currently in it now?
Yeah, I'm not currently in it now, but it definitely was. It was actually my marriage. I got divorced. The divorce was actually finalized May of 2017. The incident happened September of 2016. I had just got married February of 2016. So I wasn't even married that long. But I want to kind of speak on what you guys said about the signs at first. He never had ever put his hands on me, but he used to get so mad about simple situations that he would like punch the wall or like punch the TV or throw something. And then, I'm like, why are you acting like this? Why are you doing this? You know what I'm saying? Like you doing too much for no reason.
Right.
And then it was like, soon as we got married, I became, instead of becoming his wife, I became his property.
Yeah. It's like a possession thing.
Yes. So I was actually like doing a lot of stuff in the city, like, just music. And it became to the point where I would go out and he was like, oh, that's your producer. Oh, that's somebody you rap with. Why you hugging them that way?
Now you smashing them. Now you fucking them.
Exactly. So because this was my husband, I was like, you know what? Let me kind of bag back from doing all of this. If it's making him this mad, if it's bothering him, then let me not hug this person. And it got to the point where I just completely fell off the face of the earth when it became my music, just everything. I stopped doing everything. And that's one thing, when you find yourself like changing who you are to fit into your own,
accommodate somebody else's lifestyle.
Exactly. It's not good.
He was controlling. So that's pretty much a sign right there, controlling. Someone trying to control who you talk to, what you're wearing, where you're going, how late you're staying, and then actually making accusations too. If someone doesn't believe you and push you in a situation to where you're feeling like you're being questioned and you're being accused of something, especially if you're not doing anything, that's a sign too, because it's like, okay, this person is not believing me. What's the other word I'm looking for? Is
lack of trust.
Lack of trust.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And yes, definitely that. And the crazy thing was, this person was doing stuff themselves. So a lot of times they're like accusing you of doing things because they're actually doing things, and they're mad because you're confronting them. You're basically finding out their flaws, or you're basically pulling out what they're doing, and that's why they're so mad, because there's something they're trying to hide.
Right.
Now a lot of times we meet their representative versus who they are.
Wow. So people are leaving comments, especially our nephew Malik. He said that he's glad and he loves us for touching on this subject. And I didn't really want to get into something heavy tonight, but you know, at the end of the day, I felt compelled, you know, to discuss this for this young lady, and hopefully we can help her and give her some advice tonight. Now, Mr. E, I just want to actually talk about the list of behaviors that indicate a potential batterer, and then have you comment on some of these, and you maybe expound on why. You wanted to read some comments?
I did want to read. Issa Savage said, the first time he hits you, leave. She's been there, don't stay. And she was actually there for 6 years. So,
wow.
I mean, that was a very abusive 6-year relationship. And then she also said, he never showed me he was mad. He just snapped one day. So sometimes people do just snap and show you another side. And again, we don't really know people. It don't matter how 6 months, a year, sometimes they don't snap till 5 years later. You know what I mean? And it could be also stuff triggering the anger. And people don't realize some people have addictions, or they might have personal issues that they never really disclosed.
We talked about insecurities last week.
But sometimes alcohol and certain like drugs and pills, people don't realize when they be taking all these mollies and shit, and you come down from that, you be having attitudes and mood swings.
Even weed.
No, weed was a happy drug.
If you ain't got weed,
everybody
in
happy.
2 days, you know you gonna fall out.
Nigga,
You
but
gonna,
not as long
she
as
gonna have a whole attitude. A whole ass attitude. Okay?
Hey,
but when she get ready to hit it, she gonna be.
Weed ain't meth, weed ain't cocaine. Shit, weed ain't meth or cocaine, or heroin, or mollies, none of that shit. So I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right. So Kiki, our niece is on, and shout out to
everybody.
Everybody. Virgin Human Hair.
Okay.
You know we can't see the comments again.
You can't see them again, so you got to figure that out.
Hey, Chicken and Whiskey Podcast. The Chicken and Whiskey Podcast was on, and they could see the comments.
Able to see it.
They was able to see the comments. You got to figure this out, Mr. E. You the engineer, child.
You figured it out one day.
You got to figure it out. Okay, so Kiki, shout out to Kiki and everybody watching.
You're go down the list.
I am, but first of all, somebody asked what the topic was. So if you just are tuning in, the topic right now is signs of an abuser and when should you leave? Because a young lady said she wore a sexy costume on Halloween and her man got physical because he wanted her to take it off, and she didn't take it off, and it got physical. So what are the list of behaviors that may indicate a potential batterer? We talked about it. Jealousy. Mr. E. Now,
jealousy is like one of the number one reasons.
What do you think about that, Mr. E, about like jealousy being one of the behaviors? If you see that jealousy, that could be a potential behavior, he's a batterer.
And don't forget, men get abused too.
They do.
Just because they don't want to hit a woman. They get bopped all over their head and everything else.
Okay.
Until that one day they snap. But go ahead.
Well, this is what I was going to say. What I was going to say is I've been in an abusive relationship with a female. And I've always, and I wasn't the one abusive. It was them that was abusive. And I always had a creed that I didn't want to be abusive. And what I did do is, I think one time I got enough. So what I did is I took her hands and made her hit herself. And I said, these what these hands feel like. And I took her hands. I didn't do it hard.
You reversed them and hit
her. And I said, this what it feel like to get hit by these hands, you know. But
now, was she jealous? Was that one of her signs? Did she get jealous a lot, or what was the problem?
Jealous, insecure, all that. And you know,
that's normally the reasons.
And I was 100% innocent at the time. You know, now have I been guilty before? Yeah, I've been guilty before. But
we know you, Mr. E.
Yeah. Wait a minute, hold on. What that mean?
I was just kidding.
Hold on, let me try to fix this.
Just for some potential conversations and shows that we have had, because we know, you used to get down back in your day.
I'm the type that I will admit when I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'll admit when I'm wrong, and then I'll admit when I'm right. But
I wasn't out there thotting.
No, but hold on. Let's have a real conversation.
Oh, now it's hold on. Let's have a real conversation.
Because are we gonna use that as an excuse to be abusive? Are we gonna say that her husband should have hit her? Okay, all right.
You're right.
I want to just keep it all in perspective. But now, at this particular time, I was innocent. Have I been thotting? Yeah, I've been thotting. But at this time, I was actually innocent, and it was in her mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What up to you?
Controlling is another behavior that indicates a potential batterer. We talked about that. Christy, you talked about your ex being very controlling and then getting upset and becoming rageful where he would hit other things. How long did it take before he actually hit you after you guys were married instead of the walls?
Okay. So it only took 3 times within that 6-month time frame, and it was spaced out. The first time I think it was kind of like that, oh, she don't like that intro to me getting ready to whoop your, you know what I'm saying? It was like, I was sitting in the car and, you know, I'm basically talking to him like, hey, you got all these bills and you ain't did this, you didn't pay this, what's up, you know? And we kind of having a real couple conversation, and he just get quiet all of a sudden and backslap me. And I'm in the car and I'm like,
wow.
And then I just start leaking. I'm leaking at this moment. And the crazy thing was, we were pulled right in front of my mom and them house, getting ready to go in there. So I had to like get myself in
together.
Composure. Yeah, yes. And I'm like, this is crazy. So that from that time to then, I was thinking about that the whole time. The whole time. Now, mind you, I have a daddy and 2 older brothers that's always been in my life. I've never seen this happen, so I knew that this wasn't right. But at the same time, I'm thinking, this my husband. Maybe we need to go to counseling. Maybe you got some issues. I'm trying to put that in perspective. So
let me ask you. Oh, okay, go ahead.
No,
I was going to ask you. What's his size? What was his size? How big of a man was? Because again, that makes a major difference too. Like about our fear, and if we feel like we can fight back. So yeah, you kind of. That's a strong nigga to have to fight back. You know what I mean? 6'4".
Oh yeah, he
all
was
right, now
6'4",
continue.
about 210.
Okay, go ahead.
So you said, so you gaining your composure. That's 6 months into the relationship, where now he has backslapped you and right in front of your mom and them house.
Right, and actually that was like 3 months after marriage. That right there happened 3 months after I got married.
My God.
Okay, so the next month, I came home from work, and he was talking real crazy to me. Never had talked to me like this before. And he was like, hey, go get that out the refrigerator for me. I'm like, what? I was like, you playing? You know, I'm playing it out. He was like, nah, you heard me. Go get that out the refrigerator. I'm like, you talking to me crazy. No, I ain't finna go do that. You ain't finna what? And he ran up and got in my face like a bully. You know what I'm saying?
Right after work too, child, I'll be willing to get the knife. I will get the knife and kill you after work. You come mess with me like that.
Exactly. And the crazy thing was, the reason I say he was bullying me at that time, because I'm not gonna lie, in my past, I used to fight females. You know, I'm growing up. I'm from Oak Cliff. I ain't gonna lie. I used to throw
Triple D.
Okay.
That.
You heard me? And
Triple D
I had called
queen.
a case long time ago for fighting a female. So he always would throw that up in my face. I don't like jail. I went to jail, and that was like, this ain't for me. So he would throw that up in my face. Like, he'd be like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You already had a case for assault. Don't make me call the law. So it's like, he will bully me and then try to backdoor and say, oh, I'm going to tell them you did it. Or, you know, because you the one that went to jail for assault before.
Oh, they be trying to turn them tables, don't they?
Wow.
Yeah, and so the last time, which was the 6th month, I had already filed for divorce. I had reached out to Vonda Bailey. Shout out to Vonda Bailey, attorney in Dallas.
Hey, if y'all need one, everybody watching.
Yeah.
Okay.
A good family attorney. I reached out to her to file for divorce. So my whole plan was, okay, I'm going to leave him. I'm going to go to my mom. Then I hadn't told nobody. It was just me and Vonda. And I was like, the constable going to serve him the papers while I'm gone. I'm not there. Well, the next day before I got ready to leave, I get woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning, getting pulled out the bed by my ankles, and he beat the brakes off of me. It was on the news. He beat me so bad that I had like, he had the intention to go get a gun, which we had a gun. He went to go get his gun, and luckily it was nothing but God, because when he pulled me off the bed, I had a King California size bed. So when he pulled me off the bed by my ankles, my head, my back, everything hit the ground. It tore my L9 lumbar in my back. I had broken ribs.
Oh my God.
When I removed, like when I got to be able to run, because I heard him going to the closet, and when I tell you, he looked like a demon. He had slob coming out his mouth. He was like, bitch, you gonna try to leave me? Because he saw my email. He read my email the night before, and it was my email for my petition of divorce.
Yes.
So he snapped.
He was raged.
He was up late at night going through your emails.
And I don't know how long. He probably was looking at me like, you know, when I was asleep, like he could have killed me.
Trying to figure out what he was going to do. He could have, and that's how crazy we hear about this stuff. We read about it, and people don't understand how shit actually happens and how it goes down, or how what the torment that you went through in a short period of time too. You were only married for 6 months, you said, pretty much. But you knew him longer than that. How long did you know him overall?
3 years. We knew each other 5 years, but we dated 3 years before the marriage.
Now, do I know this individual? Is he an artist or somebody in the city? We ain't gonna say no names, but
is he still in the city or is he somewhere else?
Well, he ended up, because what happened was I left Dallas like after all that. Well, let me go back to this real quick, y'all. So basically, when I went to get up, he had put the dresser in front of the door of the room. So he had the intentions like, if this bitch runs, she ain't getting up out of here. Well, it was none but the grace of God, because it fell down. I ran across the street. By this time, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm running across the street, bra, panties, bleeding, bloody, and I'm running to Grandy's. And the manager there took me into the back room, called the laws. But by then, the neighbors, because I'm in Carrollton, it's Addison, they already done called the police. So,
they bad out there too. The laws everywhere. They'll be there in 2 minutes.
So they end up finding him. He was walking around the apartment. It was on the news. A Carrollton man walking around apartments looking for a woman with gun. That was him. So...
Girl, he had an intention to hurt you that night. So is he locked up? Where is he?
Okay, so he ended up getting locked up. He stayed in jail all the way up until like February of 2017, because it happened in September of 2016. So he stayed in jail till February 2017. They thought I was gone because I did leave Dallas. I left Dallas for like a month or two, and I went to Atlanta just to regroup, just to get me back. So the prosecutors were trying to send me information because he had never been to jail, never did anything. So he was trying to fight this case because I wasn't there, but the police were witnesses, you know, everyone else. So they were trying to give him like 25. And when I end up coming back to Dallas, that's when he was like, oh shit, she back. So I ended up having to go to trial. The trial was from January of 2017 all the way to April of 2017. They ended up giving him 10 years TDC. And then if he completes it on good behavior, he'll get out doing probation. But this whole time, there's a protection order still to this day. And the divorce happened while he was in there. And I mean,
you still kind of worried though. You still be looking over your shoulder.
Oh yeah, I'm not even gonna lie to you.
He's not locked up right now. You said right?
He's in TDC.
Yeah.
Oh, she said.
Yeah, he's still there. But I did get a letter.
Family.
I got a letter from crime victims, because crime victims has to keep me in the loop, informed, And so they sent me information saying that he might be getting out in 2019 versus 3 years from now. So, and if he get out in 2019, he'll be on probation for the rest of the remainder.
But you have the protective order that protects you, but still, you know,
the protection order only does so much.
You got a weapon now?
So I was gonna say you do have to protect yourself, and I know we all say we know how to fight, but maybe even go do some
you get some gun
self-defense classes. That's what I'm getting at. Self-defense,
gun
range. Hell, when you shoot close range, you're gonna know how to use that mug. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. But what's so crazy is
that you have to live like this, though.
We had no idea that you and Mr. E had a session tonight. We had no idea that, you know, our friend and our colleague in the city, you were even going through this. We had no idea. I just know I didn't see you for a long period of time.
You hustle, you post, you be always doing something. You know what I mean? But
you're right. I didn't see you for a long period of time.
You know?
Right. You know, so but I'm really sorry that you had to go through this.
It's horrible.
Some of the other behaviors are controlling behaviors. Quick involvement. It says a victim often has known or dated the abuser for a brief period of time before getting engaged or living together. The abuser will pressure the victim to commit to the relationship. A victim may be made to feel guilty for wanting to slow the pace or end the relationship.
Somebody who's trying to rush a relationship.
Yeah,
somebody who's persistent, trying to make you their girl or their man right away.
Did he rush you into the relationship at all?
Or the marriage? Because you guys were together for 3 years. But
do you feel like he rushed you at all?
Now, I do kind of feel like the marriage. Now, as far as relationship, no, but the marriage, we were supposed to get married December of 2017, not 16. You get what I'm saying? We supposed to got married in 2017. He felt like, well, we're already staying together, and you know, I just think we shouldn't be shacking. You know what I'm saying? So it started kind of getting in my head, like, you know, you right. You know, and I started talking to my elders, and I'm like, yeah, y'all, we already get married. So we just went ahead and went to the courthouse, had like a simple wedding, and just family and friends. And we said we were going to do the big thing later, you know? But
right.
In my heart, I'm going to be totally honest. In my heart, I felt like it was not the right time. And I feel like a lot of women, a lot of people, we have though, like God gives us that intuition. He give us that sign. And when we take that sign, we need to use it. We need to really use that sign and understand what's coming from it.
So with this young lady, this could definitely be a sign that he is possessive. He got abusive, and he is controlling. So I'm seeing that now. It's looking, and you know, people can email us and be anonymous, so I can't say her name. But young lady that wrote us about your incident, this is definitely, all of these are signs that I think, you know, you need to probably break this thing off, because you don't want to end up like, you know, Christy, for example, you know, and then he didn't even become abusive before the relationship. Her husband became abusive 3 and then 6 months after they got married, and here your fiance is putting his hands on you, and you guys aren't even married yet. So I think it's just gonna continue to go downhill.
Did y'all see that video where that bodybuilder beat his girlfriend
almost near to death? This close to death.
And she ended up dropping the charges, and I often wonder why you know, again, I know they're scared or whatnot, but you were in that situation where you went back after the first and the second time. Like, some women just can't get that I guess strength to leave. And so where did you find it? Like, you know, because that's a lot of women who might be watching this later, you know, who are in a situation and feel like, you know, well, maybe he won't do it again, or, you know, well, maybe it won't be as bad the next time, or how do I leave? Or, you know, they're scared of leaving. How did you have family support? Did you just what made you go down and do the divorce before he even found out?
And then, and I'm gonna let you go ahead and answer that, but then you went and you have to hide it from him. He even found out that you were going to divorce him, and that almost cost you your life.
And when you're living together, it's kind of hard to say, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave.
You got all your stuff, your children,
right? Everybody, especially if you have children. So it's like, how do you get that strength, or who do you turn to, or do you get police involved, or what are the steps to leaving?
Well, for me, it was God first and foremost. It was God. I kept praying, because I'm so one with him that I know that he was revealing so many things to me, and I wasn't blind to it. The second thing was, because maybe of my foundation, I knew my worth. So I knew I was worth more than getting hit on. The third thing, fam, I never left him. So the first 2 times I was always there. You get what I'm saying? I was still there. I just accepted that, okay, he backslapped me in the car. Okay, well, he did this to me. But this third time, before that even happened, the second time I knew, like, this shit finna get worse, and I'm not finna die. Because I've had friends to die from this. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I knew this. No, I just knew.
We lost our cousin to
we have a cousin.
Abusive.
He basically tortured her, and she was only like 18 years old, and they had a daughter that was like 6 months old, and he killed her. Rest in peace, Chavez. But that was something I you know, was traumatized with as a child. That, you know, domestic violence is real, and that
our mom experienced it. Our mom was thrown out of windows by my brother's dead. Like, she's broke her ribs, everything. Like, it hits close to home to everybody. I've never personally been, again, I never want to be in that situation, but I had one guy grab me by my throat, and I saw it in his eyes. And again, like you say, it's like you see somebody else.
She said she saw a demon in her.
But believe me, you would see it in him too. Remember the few times that he was possessive, he was jealous. And again, he had no reason to be, you know what I mean? But that's the first signs were the jealousy, the possession, who you talking to? Oh, you hugging him. Oh, you know, it's not business. And then the next thing you know, your hands are around my throat. And it's like, okay, what's next? Because we out here in public and everybody see you with your hands around my throat and you doing this in front of everybody. You just give no fucks. So I really was scared thinking, okay, what's next? So I never, you know, I just, again, I guess I try to find men who are not, I love a good, strong man, but it's hard. Even the sensitive ones. Was he like a strong nigga like Doug? Like, or was he, again, you never know what type. Are they squares? The squares
I want to ask about him. Did his mother abuse him? Did his father abuse him?
What kind of life?
Give us a background on him, child.
Okay, exactly.
I gotta get to these comments.
He was a total opposite. He was a total opposite of what I'm used to.
Hold on 1 second, too, real quick before you get started. I wanted to read. And Jive, I know I've been wanting to get to your comments, but he said, I got my 17-year-old daughter watching this. Very informative show. Thanks. So I'll try to watch my language, all of us. But go ahead.
My mom went big
My
hugs
mom went through that. Yeah, big hugs. My mom went through that. It stopped when I started beating my dad with the 9-iron golf club. Tried to kill that fool. Damn. And somebody else said that
he was 9 years old and he had to step up for his mom and beat his father with a 9-iron golf club.
You know, I dated a guy who his dad had shot him and his mother, and they both survived, and his mother had brain damage and he was taking care of her, but meaning they were in abuse. I mean, his dad was so angry and filled with anger that you wanted to kill your son and your wife. So it is so, you don't know what pushes people to that point.
Yeah, and now Christy.
And again, what was his life like?
Yeah, why was he the way he was? Did you kind of
ever figure that out?
Oh yeah. So when and that's a big thing that people need to start doing. Start figuring out, checking people
background.
Do that
background.
And not a background.
Family members
referrals. Check the family members.
Like get the referral.
Seriously, because that helps you. That helps you. With him, like I said, he was a total opposite. I'm used to like your thugs. I'm gonna be honest with you. You gotta have some kind of hustle. You don't necessarily gotta be a super thug, but just
manage.
Yes,
manage.
But he was the total opposite. He was like something different. So I'm like, and that's what I wanted. I wanted something different. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, when me and him started talking, and I started getting into his family history. Yeah, his daddy divorced his mom at 4. Before that, he used to beat her butt.
So he watched his dad beat his mother.
But him and his dad didn't have a good relationship. They didn't interact with each other.
But they always turn out to be just like the man that they despise somehow.
I wonder how.
Somehow.
And again, this does hit close to home because I think, and not to put my brother out there, but I see why he acts the way he acts towards women, because every time he gets a relationship, I hear from the girls about how
about
he
the train in the background, y'all.
And he's just a very aggressive man, but I see he gets that from his crazy ass daddy. Yeah. So it do run in the family.
Absolutely.
And again, alcohol, drugs, because I dealt with somebody who was on alcohol and drugs, and I figured out that was his push towards his anger or whatever.
Christy, did this guy have any kind of drug problems or alcohol?
No, but let me tell you, he had a really, really deep insecurity that I end up finding out later.
Wow.
And it was something that I always kind of would say. And I think that was the trigger. Remember, you have those trigger words or those trigger. And I was like, oh, you acting like a female.
That was the trigger word.
That was the trigger word.
The trigger. You don't want to be, he don't want to be called like a punk or a bitch.
Right.
You don't insult his manlyhood.
His manlyhood. Make him feel like he's... So then, and that also kind of goes to say when you would talk back to him, he would get mad at you. Remember, you had mentioned like he didn't want you, he wanted you to stay in your lane and play your role, basically.
But this is what it says too right here. Unrealistic expectations. An abuser expects the victim to meet all their needs, to take care of everything emotionally and domestically. And you said that kind of one of that incident
where he flipped the script and give me this, give me that. And when you were like, wait a minute.
Why you ain't cooked this? And I'm like, hold up.
And you talking back and now he trying to check you.
It's crazy that this article is spit on everything that we've read so far. the guy that you married had all of those behaviors of a potential batterer. Some of these other behaviors are isolation. An abuser will attempt to isolate the victim by severing the victim's ties to the outside support, to their outside
from your family and friends,
supports and resources. Remember, you said you weren't even yourself anymore. You lost your love and passion for music.
You wasn't working and doing the things that you was trying to do because, again, everything was a problem. Everything you were trying to do became a problem.
They want to isolate you from everybody else. And it says they blame others for their problems. An abuser will blame others for all the problems or for the abuser's own shortcomings. Okay.
And everything was always, oh, my daddy this, and if my daddy would have did this, and I'm like, well,
yeah, you got to get over that. It says blames others for their feelings. An abuser will use feelings to manipulate the victim. Common phrases to look for: you're hurting me by not doing what I want. You control how I feel. So they blame others for their feelings. Hypersensitivity. An abusive person is easily insulted, perceiving the slightest setbacks as for a personal attack. As a personal attack. Cruelty to animals or children. Okay, I think that's self-explanatory. Y'all know how that is.
And playful use of sex, or playful use of forced sex. That's what it means.
Forced in sex.
Like forcing you to, like, even when you're not in the mood, you're their property. So it's like, you know, you can't tell them no. And there's a lot of women out here in these kind of relationships that are just starting out this way and don't even know it yet.
But this is where they going,
and they're headed down this road.
Verbal
there's
abuse.
A lot of men out here
right.
this too,
says,
and women.
He says verbal abuse.
And that's what I learned.
Yeah, what you say?
That's what I learned.
The verbal abuse.
I learned that because I posted I went live with everything. Like, once it happened that day, like, I was live in the hospital and everything. And I just exposed everything. I was transparent. And from that day, I had got so many emails from men, from women. Oh my God, I'm going through this. Oh my God, I'm doing, you know, and one thing I do want to interject, you know, and I'm going to kind of fall back and let y'all do it. But one thing I do want to say is the laws in Texas, a lot of resources for domestic violence and battered women are effed up. And the reason I say that, and that is part of the reason I feel like a lot of women go back, because you have women that have invested and men, I'm just saying both parts, you have so many people that invested time and money and just their self in a relationship, that when something drastic and traumatic like that happens and they're pulled away from it and they don't have those resources again, or they're about to be homeless, or they don't, you know, and you don't
have anybody to turn to,
they're going to go back 9 times out of 10 to what they're comfortable with, because that has been what they have been comfortable with, regardless. And then sometimes when they go back, they end up dead.
And it's so sad. This is another reason why you started your nonprofit work, right? You got a nonprofit work. What is the name of it?
It's called Speak Up and Speak Out Against Domestic Violence. I actually just added this logo to We Make Real Music. We're doing something with Lady Savage and Bruce Wayne and all of them. But
shout out to them. Those my people.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Last October, I was working with the city manager of Dallas, so we actually did like a domestic violence walk, and Earth Water got involved, DJ ASAP. It was awesome.
Nice.
This year, I didn't get to kind of do it this October, but definitely next year, you know, I'm going full force with it. But, you know, my whole mission is to eventually get like some kind of home created for women or men that go through these type of things. And when they feel like, even if it's just like, if you just need to get away today, you may go back tomorrow, but you might just need to get away and come talk to someone. You know, it's so much my vision for that. So, you know, anybody,
let us know if there's anything we can do to help you with that too, dear.
Yeah,
and we'd love to be a part of it.
And then also, you know, I'm sure you guys have heard of Women Called Moses. Deborah Nixon Bowles, that is my heart. That's my sister, my spiritual mother. I love her, but you know, she does a whole lot, and she does have a home. And so you guys could visit womencalledmoses.org. She's doing so much. She was just out here at UCLA, here in Los Angeles last week. I volunteer and help with PR. Whenever I'm needed, I have donated. I've attended her events. But Dee Dee from Dee Dee in the Morning, she's a lot of people don't know, and but Dee Dee's has experienced domestic violence with her parents, and that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not really gonna put her business out there like that, but there's a reason why Dee Dee from Dee Dee in the Morning on K104 supports Women Call Moses and K104. But according to womencallmoses.com, it says 1 in 3 women and 1 of 4 men in the U.S. have experienced some form of physical violence by an intimate partner. That's
1 in 4 men and 1 in 3 women. That's pretty damn close for both sexes.
Yes, and then it does say 72% of all murder suicides involved an intimate partner. 94% of victims of these crimes are female. So we've all heard about situations. Yeah,
that's a large number.
Where they killed the woman and then they kill themselves, or they kill the women and the children and kill themselves.
Yeah, and the children. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's sad. It's so sad. And again, it's like, how do we get these individuals help? So they all need God. They need to go to church. You know what I mean? Because maybe I don't know what else is going to talk that demon out of them, because again, what it is
rage.
It's a rage
Anger.
demon. It's like an angry demon. It's somebody that wants to cause harm, and
control is witchcraft.
That's what I was gonna say. I think it's mostly when a person has a lack of control and they can't control themselves, they can't control the situation, and when you lose control, then you find yourself, if you lose control, you're gonna do the first thing that come to mind, which is hitting somebody or whatever case may be. And as a husband, this is my second marriage. I never really got to the point where I actually wanted to use my fist to hit anybody. But if I find myself getting angry or losing control, I leave. I told my wife now, hey, listen, you have to excuse me. If I get, for a number of reasons. First, you don't want nobody to try to accuse you of doing something you didn't do. Then the second thing is, you just don't want to be in a place where you put in a position where you push, because sometimes people are pushed. Sometimes people are provoked to do something that they wouldn't normally do. So to keep myself out of harm's way and to keep myself out of that position, I try not to be that angry, but if I am, I'm just going to leave. And
my son does that same thing, Mr. E. He and his child's mother are no longer together right now because it got to a point where it started becoming physical, and he was like, I'm in the law enforcement type of business. I don't need anything to come in between me doing something that I might regret, or her doing something that she might regret, because it got to a point where the laws came, they wanted to take them both to jail. So when it gets to that point, somebody's got to be the bigger person and leave.
Yeah, and that's what I'm.
If it's not working.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave because I've always had a lot to lose.
There's some people out there though that are like that in every relationship. Like, I can guarantee that this man has left Chrissy and will probably do the next woman like that, and it's a cycle that just never ends. Yeah, but again, it's a cycle that never really ends until that person gets help. You know what I mean? Until they realize, okay. And again, sometimes you see them on the Maury, you see them on one of these shows or whatever show. I know I've seen them, but they take them and they show them, the wife all dead and whatever. They put them, in the casket, show them, hey, this is where you gonna put her. You know what I mean? And then they have that reality check moment, and then sometimes they're better, and then sometimes they're not. It's just like they never get that fix. They never get that fixed, and they're like that for the rest of their life, every relationship, and it's sad.
Chrissy, what you was going to say, babe?
Now, during the trial, you guys, so when I did go live, when everything happened, his exes reached out to me. And they had went through it with him. He actually had shot at one of them.
What?
We
gonna have to start doing references
background checks on
the exes too. References on the exes, child.
Because let me tell you, so when the trial came and it came to the punishment phase, the reason why he got that time he got as much as he got was because of the exes.
They testified.
Yes, because they found out that he was trying to make it like, oh, I just snapped, I had a lot on me, I just was doing
this is my first time ever in trouble.
This is repetitive behavior, buddy.
Exactly.
See, that's why I leave.
The exes came out, girl. No way.
They came.
Yeah.
My
But
niece,
you know that's God too,
laughing
though.
emojis.
Exactly.
Those ain't laughing emojis. Those
No.
are big eye
Crying.
emojis, bitch. She
Crying.
like, oh, he just shot at one of the exes. She heard that part. Because again, God, whatever spared your life that night, because he had that intention.
She covered.
He was walking. You was
put God
covered,
first.
but he was walking around there looking for you. You know what I mean? And again, you have, and like I said, it's sad because you still wonder, when is he getting out? Is he getting out? And you have to live this way. I know they're possessed.
And then it says right here, one of the behaviors is dual personality.
That's
a
that
Dr.
demon.
Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
You can only be angry and evil and cause harm to somebody if you got that demon spirit in you. I'm sorry.
And past
I'm sorry. It's a spirit.
Or
and
it's
to them
a generational curse.
But it's
It
also
could be a
spirit.
generational curse.
They be in their heads. Them whatever.
I don't know.
Is.
He raged out. Now I used to have someone that I dated in the past that I would wake up in the middle of the night and he'd be going through my phone and text messages and emails and stuff like that. So, you know, you got to keep your stuff on lockdown because, see, that could have, you know, because you were planning to do what you had to do. But unfortunately, he was up checking and looking and lurking.
Exactly.
You know, my niece
I
said,
don't know if he did it that night or 2 days before. You know, it's
whatever
crazy.
he saw. He saw it sent him in a spiral that night. My niece said they should have came to you before, man. And what this goes to say is, if you see him 5 years from now or whatever with a new girlfriend, honey, try to tell her. Try to warn her.
The ex, Mr. E, do you think the ex should be responsible for reaching out to the new
girl
and say,
well,
hey,
I mean,
me. That's woman to woman. It ain't got nothing to do with y'all.
That is not.
Well, no,
It's not always possible, though. That's true. It's not always possible.
Yeah, that's not always possible because y'all may not cross paths. You know,
and I don't want him coming back looking for me.
Show it. Hey, it's all kind of random side bitches emailing.
I thought you said we was going to watch it because the lady, the man had a daughter on.
Right. It's all kind of side chicks DMing girlfriends and emailing. They figure out a way to contact folks, so you'll figure it out. I'm just saying. It's not your responsibility though. But still, it makes sense.
We got 10 more minutes left to the show. Some other behaviors: rigid sex roles.
Oh, past battery.
Past battery.
We just talked about that.
I'm telling you, girl, your man out of all these ones, he damn near had
breaking, striking objects,
breaking or striking objects,
threats of violence.
Yes, and any force during an argument.
That was the start for me. And that was any force during an argument. I didn't even get to the rest.
Those are signs of an abuser. So I want to go around the room, and the young lady that wrote us and said she wore a sexy costume, and her current boyfriend, fiance, they talked about getting married. He, basically put his hands on her. She said he grabbed her, put her against the wall. He wants to control. He's very controlling. He's jealous. He's possessive already. This is in their dating phase. Okay. And now it got to a point where it became physical. I will, usually it's ladies first, but Mr. E, we've done a lot of talking on this show. So I want you to jump this off and give her advice, and we're going to go around the room. We got 9 minutes left. Go.
Okay. Well, first of all, I think that that Halloween costume was the best thing that happened to her because I'm a big believer in warning come before destruction. And maybe if it wasn't for Halloween, maybe she wouldn't be in a position to write that because she's dead or really, really hurt, And it's just important. Sometimes we use our hearts instead of using our minds and our ears and our eyes. Sometimes you can see signs. You'll know a tree by the fruits it bears. So sometimes you can see signs of abuse. And sometimes you can't. But when you can, then, I don't believe in necessarily giving a person the benefit of the doubt just for the sake of giving that person the benefit of the doubt. No, get on out of there. So I would definitely advise that not only she get out of there, but in future relationships, really pay attention to the actions of some of these men that she's in, all of the men that she's in a relationship with. Because
he apologized, Mr. E. He apologized.
Yeah, but I don't.
He said he'll never do it again.
But you can't apologize for being who you are. The thing about it is, have I ever got mad? Yeah, I've always got mad. but I never got to the point where I hit any, young lady that I've been with, and that's because that's not in my character. So I think the best thing for her to do is get on out of there. I don't think any woman should go through that. That's just my opinion.
I agree with you.
All right.
Agree.
So, Chrissy, you've been through this.
Right.
What kind of advice would you give her?
So my advice, honestly, would be, and I feel like this right here, this email she sent, me being here today, everything is God.
For the
Is
life.
another message.
Yeah.
Is
No,
another
real
message,
talk.
and I just want to say, go, like, go.
We need to take those warnings when we get them, like you said.
Literally, those red flags, those
The
warnings.
red flags.
And one thing that I want to say as well, a man that loves and respects his woman and knows what he got, he gonna be proud to show her out. He gonna say, baby, you better go work that Halloween costume because you coming back home to me. He not even gonna trip on nothing like that.
That's so
right.
true. He
That's
gonna
right.
let you let you do you, as long as you ain't got your titties and your booty cheeks out. You know what I mean? Like, what's
He
the
might
problem?
say, baby, you revealing
What's the
too much.
problem?
You don't want to cover it up a little, but he not gonna do all that extra.
Extra snatching you
Yeah,
up and
he
taking
was-
off and demanding
He
stuff.
was very start threatening her, and it
Wish
really
a nigga would.
got out of control. It got out of control. And my advice to her is, you mentioned red flags. Those are red flags. The fact that he got jealous, the fact that he's extremely possessive, and it sounds like, he's disrespectful. He loses his temper. These are red flags. And honey, you have to take these as red flags.
No matter how fine he is, no matter how much
you
money
love
he's
him.
got, no matter how good the sex is, no matter, because again, there's a lot
It's
of those
not worth
reasons why women stay to, but am I going to get better? Or can I find anything better than him? Or, the situation, say, he brought everything to the table. Now she's leaving with nothing and she's scared there's a lot of situations like that too. So again, it's hard to just, for anybody, every situation is different. It's hard for us to just say pick up and leave because we don't know if they living together, how deep everything is. But again, no dick, no amount of money is worth anybody's losing their life. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like love ain't supposed to hurt like that. It hurts, but it's not supposed to hurt like that.
That's right. And I want Chrissy, I want you to give everybody out there your contact information and let them know how to contact you. And again, tell us about your nonprofit organization.
Mm-hmm.
So
All
people
right.
out there that could connect with you.
Okay, so my nonprofit is called Speak Up and Speak Out Against Domestic Violence. It's located on Facebook. If you put Speak Up and Speak Out in, it'll actually populate it for you. On Facebook, I'm under there. I have like 2 pages, but it should be Chrissy Haney under both of them, Haynie. And my Instagram was hacked, y'all. The one I had before, it was Chrissy the PR, but it was hacked. So this is
I was wondering, what is the new one?
It's _ it's Chrissy V. So _ it's Chrissy ChrisssyV as in
Okay. It's _ it's Chrissy.
I be hating them underscores, girl.
But that's how you just get it going. Just right to the point.
Just get
she
in
jumping
there.
off with the
I just tell
underscore.
my homegirl that underscore this, underscore that. I can't do it.
_ it's
I
Chrissy
can't never
V.
find
There you gotta do that. And then for everybody else out there, and Chrissy, I definitely want you to connect with Minister Deborah if you can somehow connect with
and
Women
she was
Called
actually
Moses.
there. She was actually at the walk and see her and Genesis Women's Shelter. So I definitely would get with her.
Yeah, definitely get with her. I could get you 2 on the line if you want to. She's very supportive. And you guys could just support each other, and everybody else out there watching or listening, because we are on on Anchor, we are on Spreaker, all the different podcasts, Spotify, all of our different podcast channels. We're on YouTube. If you are experiencing domestic violence or need help, you can go to, and you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you can also go to womencalledmoses.org, or you can call the National Domestic Violence Hotline. If you're, anywhere in the United States, call 800-799-SAFE. Okay? That's the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Absolutely,
Reach out to me here in Dallas. I connect them.
And there's some of those organizations have like free self-defense classes, and women should take them. I think a lot of women, period. It don't matter if you're in an abusive relationship or not. I think we all need to know how to defend ourselves from these niggas out in these streets, because they out here robbing folks and they hide your kids. I'm just saying, it's crazy out here. So we need to be able to protect ourselves, not just from our relationships, but from the crazies out in the streets.
That's right.
You feel me?
Get your, is that your word for the day?
Yeah, because ain't no sex tips today after this.
Self-defense.
It's self-defense tip. That's what it is.
Self-defense tips.
Self-defense tip.
All right,
we love y'all so much for listening. I'm your girl, Ebony Mose.
I am your girl, Light.
Boy, Mr. E.
And it's Chrissy B.
Hey. That's right. Oh, they got a nice ring.
They got a little ring to it.
You gotta come visit us and Mr. E more often and be on the show.
Okay, y'all. Every Monday night, y'all, the all new time. So make sure y'all also follow that Love and War Talk page on IG, and follow all of us too.
On YouTube, just go to Love and War Radio. Y'all check us out. We love y'all so much.
We love you, Kiki. We love everybody for listening.
Produced by Mr. E. All right. Produced by Mr. E. Let's bump it out. Come on. Hey. Love and War.
Y'all silly.
We're going to be hearing one of your tracks too, Chrissy, soon.
Pretty soon.
Yes.